All right, let's get into it. Today, we're deconstructing one of Robert Frost's most powerful poems, A Roadside Stand. Now, on the surface, it seems pretty simple, but wow, is it packed with some heavy observations about inequality, indifference, and that classic clash between city and country life.
So, Frost kicks things off by asking you this really simple question. He wants you to picture it, that little stand on the side of the highway, maybe selling some fruit or whatever. He wants you to think about it because it's the perfect way to pull us into a much, much bigger story.
So, right away, Frost paints this incredibly vivid picture for us. You've got this little old house with a little new shed, a tiny, kind of fragile structure stuck right on the edge of a highway where the traffic just screams by. It's a scene of real humble effort, you know? A little flicker of hope against this constant rushing wall of indifference.
And you gotta pay attention to the words he uses here. The stand isn't just a thing, right? He makes it feel human. It's not just sitting there, it's pathetically pleading. That's so important because it turns a simple wooden shed into this symbol of desperate, unspoken hope. It's got feelings.
Okay, so what is it actually pleading for? I mean, what's the goal here? This is where Frost really gets to the heart of the economic divide he's exploring, and the answer tells you everything about what these rural folks truly want.
And this is absolutely crucial. This is not them begging for charity. The poem says they're not asking for a dole of bread. This isn't a handout. No, what they want is a chance to be part of the economy, to earn some of the money, the cash, that seems to just flow so easily through the cities. I mean, can you imagine? They just want to feel that city money in their own hands, to see if it can give them a taste of that good life they only see in the movies, that moving pictures promise. It's about dignity, right? It's about wanting just a little piece of the dream that always seems so close but so far away.
So, you have this desperate plea. How do the people with all the money, the folks in the polished traffic, how did they respond? Well, as Frost shows us, their reaction is basically a masterclass in casual cruelty. For the most part, they just ignore it. Thousands of them, what Frost calls the 1,000 selfish cars. They just speed past, their minds already on where they're going, totally oblivious. And that word selfish, man, that's the key. It's like every car is its own little bubble, completely cut off from the real human beings just a few feet away.
And you know what? When they do stop, it's somehow even worse. They don't stop to buy anything. Nope. They stop to complain that the hand-painted signs are ugly, or to tear up the lawn turning their car around, or to ask for directions, or, my favorite, to angrily ask if they sell gas. Every single stop is just another insult, another reminder that as people, they're basically invisible.
But then the poem takes this really interesting turn. We move from just the cold indifference of regular people to something that might actually be way more dangerous: the organized attention from so-called helpers.
And Frost comes up with this unbelievable phrase to describe them. The politicians, the social agencies, all the people who promise to help. It's this amazing oxymoron that just perfectly captures their whole deal. They're like predators hiding behind a fake smile of wanting to do good.
And you see just how two-faced they are when you look at their actual plans. They want to buy up all their land, move them into these cookie-cutter villages near a movie theater, and basically teach them how to be dependent. Their help is designed to soothe them out of their wits, not to actually empower them.
Okay, so at this point in the poem, the poet himself, who's been our guide through all this, he just can't take it anymore. The weight of this childish longing in vain, this constant unanswered hope, it just pushes him right to the edge.
And he admits to having this really shocking, dark thought. He thinks about the great relief it would be to just end their suffering all at once. Now, you have to understand, this isn't coming from a place of malice. It's coming from this soul-crushing empathy and a feeling of being completely and utterly helpless.
This is probably the most raw, honest moment in the whole poem, and it forces us, the readers, to sit with the sheer desperation of it all. Is this awful solution really the only answer he can come up with? But then, nope. The next day, he pulls back. He thinks, hang on a second. He completely recoils from his own idea. He flips it around and imagines someone offering to put him out of his pain. And that's when he realizes just how arrogant and wrong that whole thought was. So in the end, this is what it's all about. He's rejecting that easy, lazy kind of pity that leads to these horrible solutions. He realizes that real empathy isn't about fixing someone's pain for them, it's about trying to understand it and just sit with its complexity. And that's where the poem leaves us. This isn't just a history lesson about some old roadside stand. No way. Frostwork is a timeless challenge. It forces us to look at our own world and ask ourselves about the balance in our own societies. How do we bridge that massive gap between the polished traffic and the people just waiting for a chance on the side of the road? And man, that question is just as urgent today as it was when he first wrote it.